My name is Bridget Calloway, and for the first 8 years of my life, my brother Daniel was my entire world. He was 4 years older than me, tall, loud, funny, protective. He'd carry me on his shoulders at the park, teach me card tricks, sneak me extra cookies after Mum said no. When kids at school messed with me, Daniel showed up like a thunderstorm. Nobody touches my little sister, nobody. We were a unit, a team, the Calloway siblings against the world. Until the world took our parents. I was 8, Daniel was 12. It was a Friday night. Mum and Dad were driving home from my school recital, my first piano recital. I'd begged them to come, cried and thrown a tantrum when Dad said he had a work dinner. They came because of me. A drunk driver ran a red light at 11:47 p.m., hit their car on the passenger side. Dad died on impact. Mum held on for 3 days before she let go. The last thing I remember is sitting in the hospital waiting room in my little recital dress, patent leather shoes still on, while Daniel sat across from me with eyes I'd never seen before. Empty, cold, blaming. And when the funeral director asked who the flowers were from, Daniel answered before anyone else could. Not her. I was 8 years old. We went to live with Aunt Rosa. She was kind but overwhelmed, and Daniel became my tormentor. Not with fists, with words, with silence, with the kind of cruelty that leaves no bruises but breaks everything inside. They died because of you. You know that, right? I was 9 the first time he said it. If you hadn't cried about that stupid recital, they'd still be alive. You killed them, Bridget. I cried myself to sleep for years believing that. At family dinners, he'd go quiet whenever I spoke. This deliberate, loaded silence that told everyone in the room I wasn't worth listening to. When I won an school award, he'd say, "Must be nice to celebrate while Mum and Dad are in the ground." When I made the honour roll, Mum would have been proud, if she was alive, because of you. Every achievement, every happy moment, he'd find the knife and twist it. Aunt Rosa would tell him to stop. He'd apologise with his mouth and sharpen the blade with his eyes. By the time I was 15, I'd stopped bringing home achievements altogether. What was the point? By 17, I'd stopped eating properly, stopped sleeping, started believing I was fundamentally, cosmically responsible for every bad thing that happened to everyone around me. I was a shell. At 18, I packed 2 bags, got on a Greyhound bus, and didn't look back. I put myself through college on scholarships and worked 2 jobs. Therapy helped me understand what Daniel had done. That guilt-tripping a grieving 8-year-old was abuse, not grief. That I didn't cause the accident, that a drunk driver did. That took years to actually believe. I built a life, became a nurse, because even broken people want to heal others. Found love, found peace, found a version of myself that didn't flinch every time someone spoke my name. Daniel and I exchanged maybe 6 words a year, terse holiday texts, nothing real. I'd accepted that my brother was gone, replaced by someone I didn't recognize, until my phone rang on a Tuesday morning in March.
Bridget. His voice was different, smaller. Daniel, I need to tell you something. I'm sick. Long pause. How sick? Kidney failure, both of them. I've been on dialysis for 8 months. The transplant list it's a long wait. The doctors said a living donor is my best chance. A family match. The silence stretched between us like a canyon. There's nobody else? I asked. Aunt Rosa's too old. I don't have anyone else, Bridget. You're it. You're it. Not you're my sister, not you're my family, not I need you. You're it. I closed my eyes. I'll get tested. I flew back for the first time in 7 years. walked into the hospital, saw Daniel in the dialysis chair, thin, grey-faced, diminished, a shadow of the boy who used to carry me on his shoulders. He looked up when I walked in. Something crossed his face that I'd never seen before. Shame. "You came?" he said. I said I would. The doctors ran every test: compatibility, health screening, psychological evaluation. Perfect match. The transplant coordinator pulled me aside. "You understand this is major surgery. There are risks to you, as the donor. You have time to think about this. Nobody would blame you for—" "I know," I said. "I've already decided." She nodded. "Can I ask, given your history with the patient, what made you decide?" I thought about it for a long moment. "Because I'm not him." The night before surgery, Daniel asked to see me alone. I sat beside his bed. The machines beeped steadily. He looked smaller than I'd ever seen him. "Why are you doing this?" he asked. "Because you need it. After everything I did to you, everything I said—" His voice cracked. "Bridget, I told a little girl that she killed her parents. For years, I said that to you, over and over. What kind of person does that?" I said nothing. "A broken one," he continued. "I was 12, and I lost everything, and I needed somewhere to put it. And you were there, and I... He covered his face with his hands. "I destroyed you. I know I destroyed you. I've known it for years, and I didn't know how to undo it, so I just kept going, because stopping meant admitting what I was." Tears ran down his face. Real ones. The kind you can't perform. "I don't deserve this kidney. I don't deserve you saving me. I don't deserve... Daniel." He looked up. "The drunk driver killed our parents. Not me, and not you. You were 12 years old, and you lost everything. And you handled it terribly, and you hurt me in ways I'm still healing from. Both things are true." His face crumpled. "I forgave you a long time ago. Not for you, for me. Because I refuse to carry what you gave me for the rest of my life. Bridget, but I need you to hear this before tomorrow. I need you to hear it clearly." I leaned forward. "I'm saving you because I don't owe you anything. I'm not saving you because blood means you deserve it. I'm saving you because our parents raised someone who shows up. Even when it's hard, even when it hurts, even when the person doesn't deserve it. I'm saving you because that's who I am, and nobody, not you, not your cruelty, not 16 years of being told I was worthless, nobody took that from me. That is my revenge, Daniel. That I'm still this person. After everything you did, I'm still her." He broke down completely. Ugly, heaving sobs that shook the whole bed. I held his hand for the first time since I was 8 years old. He held mine back.
The operation took 6 hours. When I woke up in recovery, Aunt Rosa was holding my hand, crying softly. "It worked," she whispered. "Both of you, it worked." Daniel's recovery took months. I visited when I could. We talked, really talked, for the first time in our adult lives. He told me about the guilt he'd carried since the accident,
how he'd been in therapy for 2 years trying to find the courage to call me, how he'd driven to my city 3 times and sat outside my apartment building, unable to get out of the car. I told him about the years of not eating, the self-blame, the therapy, the long, slow climb back to myself. We cried together more times than I can count. Is it perfect now? No. Is it real? Yes. For the first time, yes. 6 months after surgery, Daniel flew to see me. We went to our parents' grave together, something neither of us had done since the funeral. He stood there for a long time, then he said, "I told a little girl she killed her parents at her lowest moment, and that little girl grew up and saved my life anyway. Mum and Dad didn't raise me to be who I was. They raised me to be who you already are." He turned to me, tears streaming. "You're not just my sister. You're the best person I've ever known, and I will spend the rest of my life, the life you gave back to me, making sure you know that." I looked at my brother, really looked at him, and I saw, faintly, quietly, the boy who used to carry me on his shoulders. I hugged him, and he didn't let go for a very long time. People expected me to let him die. Some told me I should have. But here's what I know. Revenge that destroys you in the taking isn't revenge. It's just more loss. The most powerful thing I ever did wasn't walking away. It wasn't punishing him. It wasn't making him suffer. It was showing up anyway. Whole, healed, unbroken. Proving that everything he tried to take from me, my worth, my goodness, my ability to love, he never actually touched it. That was my pound of flesh, not his suffering, my survival. The drunk driver took my parents, grief took my brother for a while, but nothing, nobody took me. And that, my loves, is the most devastating revenge of all.